Hey writers, welcome to the Writing Lab with Eva Pohler. Hi there, I'm Eva Pohler, a USA Today best-selling author of over 45 novels, a writing professor for over 3 decades, and an editor. And today we're tackling something that really trips a lot of writers up, and that is voice. And I'm not talking about that elusive thing that agents are looking for when you query them. I'm talking about grammatical voice. And what do I mean by that? I'm talking about the relationship between subjects in a sentence and the action that's taking place. When you write, you want to use what's called active voice more often than you use what's called passive voice. Here's an example. With active voice, you have something like this. Jane kicked the ball. In that example, Jane is doing the action, right? But consider this. The ball was kicked by Jane. The ball is being acted upon. It's not doing anything. And you want sentences where you have subjects doing things. This will add clarity and momentum and vibrancy to your prose. Consider another example. The chairperson was informed of the committee's decision. Well, that's an example of passive. The chairperson was informed of the blah, blah, blah. What if we said the committee informed the chairperson of their decision? Now we have active voice. Now, sometimes you want to use active voice, but you want to use it intentionally and not accidentally. Sometimes you want to emphasize the helplessness of your subject. They can't be agents of change, and you want to show it. For example, the people were oppressed by their government. That's a great example for when you would want to use passive voice. Here's another. Her purse was stolen. In that instance, you're not really concerned with the who did the stealing yet. You're concerned with the fact that the purse was stolen and also emphasizing that she's a victim. So in that case, it works as well. Now, let me also point out that when you use passive voice, you have to use more words because you have to supply usually who the actor is, who the agent is. So, for example, we have in the active example, we have Jane kicked the ball. But when you look at the passive construction, the ball was kicked, you have to add this prepositional phrase, by Jane, which makes the sentence wordier. So that is another reason why you should try to avoid passive voice. Now, this isn't something that you do during first draft writing. Please, you could stifle your creativity if you're thinking about all of these things I've been teaching you in my videos during first draft writing. Don't do that. Go ahead and write. Let the creativity flow and be messy and awkward and wrong. You might even intentionally misspell words and leave out commas just to trick your brain into letting it know that things are not perfect in first draft writing. But later go back and look at the relationship between your subjects and your verbs and make sure that more often than not, your subjects are acting. You want people doing things in your prose. You want things happening in your prose, and active voice is the way to do it. So to recap, use active voice for clarity, energy, and engagement. Use passive voice on purpose when the focus calls for it. Don't sweat it in the first draft, but pay attention in revision. And focus on verbs, not just nouns. And I'll be talking more about that in my next video. So be sure to subscribe. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with a fellow author. It really helps me and I'd appreciate it. But that's it for today. Let me know in the comments if you struggle with active versus passive voice, or if you have a question and need further clarification. I'd be happy to help. Also, don't forget, if you haven't already grabbed it, I have a link to my free guide, The Science of Story, and I'll have it in the description below. That's it. Have a great day. And until next time, happy writing.